TZ Vaughn Savage and J Lava is in a fucking building with the Keep It P podcast, motherfucker.
Vaughn Savage and J Lava on the new podcast. They Keep It P podcast, where they take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and show how one could or could not be keeping it P.
I'm Keep It P. As a matter of fact, Keep It P, but then again, Keep It PG, PE. Alright, it's Professor Griff. I'm out of here.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood with Hold the Mayo, the segment where I bust down and expose the lies in these here articles. But before I get started, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Hot Lava Music TV YouTube channel, Vaughn Savage Media YouTube channel, and all the channels on the network. And with that being said, a teacher died by suicide after being arrested for soliciting a minor. His family says the cops went rogue. Well, I'm glad. Shouldn't have been touching on that lil black boy, period. It goes on to say, on July 31, 2019, Brian Peterson, a 39-year-old schoolteacher in Texas, went on the gay dating app Grindr and struck up a conversation with a man whose profile name was Fresh Meat. He asked how the man's week was going and if he was looking for something tonight, according to a transcript of the chat obtained by the Daily Beast. "You into younger boys?" the man replied, apparently posing the question. When Peterson asked for the man's age, he said under 18. Peterson suggested there was wiggle room. In Texas, the age of consent is 17. But after repeated questioning from Peterson about his age, Fresh Meat said he was a 14-year-old named Jason. Peterson asked what school he went to, his sexual experience, and if he could take it. The conversation soon turned toward a planned meeting the next day. Hours before the encounter, Peterson became nervous and first asked for a voice message. After receiving it, he said the voice was not what I was expecting. What it's like to take down the world's most notorious sexual predator. Later that day, driving around in circles at a parking lot where the two were supposed to meet, Peterson learned he was speaking neither to a teenager nor a potential romantic partner. Instead, it was a cop, 41-year-old Conroe Police Detective Derek Dunn, who arrested Peterson for online solicitation of a minor. The case quickly turned tragic. Less than 48 hours after bonding out of jail, Peterson died by suicide. But the teacher left behind his own version of events, one his family is now using to point the finger at what they describe as overzealous law enforcement. In a note penned before his death, Peterson claimed he always knew he was talking to an adult due to a dated photograph shared by Dunn, inconsistent details about what school the boy allegedly went to, and, most tellingly, he claimed the voice memo. Although Dunn admitted to sending it, the memo was never stored as evidence, something Peterson's family and their attorney say would have exonerated Peterson. It was almost adorable how funny the message was, as you pretended to be a 14-year-old white boy. You were, to me, a guy my age role-playing as a younger guy, Peterson wrote about the memo, directly addressing Dunn, who is black. He said he'd always supported law enforcement's efforts to catch predators in stings, until he realized they were not always targeted operations to catch men explicitly hunting and soliciting minors. Instead, he argued, they sometimes became dragnets that could ensnare men with no history of such desires or crimes. That he might ultimately beat his charge in a courtroom was irrelevant, the junior high teacher wrote. This is the type of accusation that destroys a career and a life. Peterson's criticism has been taken up by his family, who recently filed a federal lawsuit against the Conroe Police Department. They told the Daily Beast they want to clear his name, and bring needed scrutiny to online solicitation arrests they say can be rushed because of society's unanimous disdain for sex crimes against minors. Brian wanted us to ensure that this didn't happen to other people, Douglas Peterson, Brian's father, told the Daily Beast. He shouldn't have been charged with a crime. He wasn't a criminal. Kelly Strader, a law professor at Southwestern Law School in California who has studied sting operations against gay men across the country, agreed with Peterson's family after reviewing the Grindr transcript and the other evidence against Peterson. And I'm not surprised. I told you all about PC and that freaky deaky shit. This time I got you to off yourself because you couldn't get it away with it. Anyway, all I'm saying is, keep that same energy. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget, jlava.com, tzvonsavage.com, Keep It P, podcast.com. Love, peace, blessings.
Music TV.
Ways for you to run my cash.
Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparations. Check reparations.
Tryna bring it back, 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 back. Tryna bring it back, 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 back. Tryna bring it back, back, back.
I bring it back like I took it from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back. Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One call it
or a wave, then you could just go and say, this is a possible way for me to go and lay. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it. It was faith, it was faith. Flowers in the image, and I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change.
Yeah, I'm an animal, red gorilla. I eat your dog, your poochie. Get what you're gonna get, front and center. Get
which I grew up living life, which I knew, standing on my toes, graduated with my honors. TC scientific, getting to what's the plan? C, throw the kickback, sit back, throwing kicks on, get the applause.
Music